Two people live on the same street. One of them makes $95,000 a year. The other makes $52,000. Guess which one is two missed paychecks away from a full-blown financial crisis? If you guessed the higher earner, you already understand something most people never figure out. Walk into that $95,000 apartment and you'll find a $4,000 leather sectional, a 75-inch television, and a closet stuffed with clothes that still have the tags on. The kitchen has appliances nobody has touched since the day they were unboxed. It looks like success. It is not success. It's a paycheck-to-paycheck operation wearing a nice outfit. Now, walk into the $52,000 apartment. A modest couch. A television that's just a television. A kitchen with exactly the tools this person actually uses, and nothing else. This person is investing 20% of every single paycheck. They've got 18 months of expenses sitting in savings. And here's the part that should stop you. They are calmer about money than almost anyone you know, on half the income. So what's the difference? It's not the paycheck. It's their relationship with stuff. And by the end of this video, you're gonna understand exactly why that relationship is worth more than a raise. Here's the idea that changes everything. Every single thing you own costs you money twice. The price tag is just the entry fee. There's a second cost that keeps running in the background for as long as you own the thing, and almost nobody accounts for it. It has 4 parts, and once you see them, you can't unsee them. First, storage. Space costs money, roughly $30 to $50 per square foot per year in most cities. A treadmill takes up about 20 square feet. Do the math, and that treadmill, the one currently functioning as an expensive clothes hanger, is quietly billing you $600 to $1,000 a year in rent. It never asked your permission. It just started charging you the day it arrived. Second, maintenance. A $30,000 boat costs roughly 10% of its value every year just to maintain. That's $3,000 annually, whether it touches water twice a summer or never leaves the driveway. Third, and this one's sneaky, mental energy. Visual clutter raises cortisol, your stress hormone, and shrinks your ability to focus. Picture opening a closet every morning and having to dig past 6 things you don't wear to find the one you do. That's not nothing. It's a tiny tax paid every single day on your attention. Every pile of stuff you're stepping around is quietly taxing your brain before you've even had coffee. And fourth, the big one, opportunity cost. Every dollar tied up in a possession is a dollar that isn't compounding for you. A $15,000 home gym isn't a $15,000 expense. Left in an index fund for 15 years, that same money could have grown into $50,000. So that home gym isn't costing you 15 grand. It's costing you 50. That's the trade you're making every time you buy something you don't truly need. And most people never even see the price tag on the other side of that trade. Okay, now that you can see the second cost, here are 10 rules that will keep it from draining you for the rest of your life. Rule 1. Calculate cost per use before you buy anything. Forget the sticker price. Divide it by how many times you'll realistically use the thing. A $200 jacket worn twice costs you $100 per wear. Meanwhile, a $400 jacket worn 200 times costs $2 per wear. The expensive one is actually the smarter purchase. A $300 kitchen gadget used twice a year runs you $150 per use. That's an insane price to pay for a smoothie. But a $2,000 mattress used every single night for 10 years? That's 55 cents a use. Extraordinary value for something that touches your health every day. Price tags lie. Cost per use tells the truth. Rule 2. Run the replacement test on everything you own. Walk through your home and ask, honestly, if this disappeared tonight, would I go buy it again tomorrow? For most things, the bread maker, the fondue set from 3 Christmases ago, the jeans you haven't worn in 18 months, the answer is no. You're keeping them out of guilt, or inertia, or nostalgia for a hobby you don't do anymore. And here's the thing, those items don't just sit there neutrally. They have negative value. They slow down your cleaning, they clutter your decisions, and they take up mental real estate for nothing. Rule 3, never upgrade out of boredom. This is the one that quietly wrecks high earners. Swapping a perfectly good phone every 2 to 3 years costs the average American $30,000 to $50,000 over 30 years. Now stretch that same habit across cars, TVs, furniture. Upgrade culture alone can burn through $200,000 of lifetime wealth. You'd think a new phone every couple years is harmless. It's just a phone. But the math says otherwise. That's enough to buy a car outright, in cash, over the same 30 years. Here's the only rule that matters. An item stays in your life until it breaks or genuinely can't do its job anymore. Boredom is not a malfunction. A shinier version existing is not a reason to replace what already works. Rule 4, build friction into spending and remove friction from saving. Willpower runs out. It fades when you're tired, stressed, or it's been a long day. Your environment doesn't get tired. So stack it in your favor. Delete the shopping apps. Remove your saved card info. Force a 24-hour cooldown on anything that isn't essential. That one rule alone kills off roughly 70% of impulse buys because most of that urge just evaporates overnight. Meanwhile, automate your investing the second you get paid. Treat saving like rent. Non-negotiable. Gone before you can touch it. Rule 5. Count what you actually own. Most people wildly underestimate it. Go count your shirts. If it turns out you own 47, buying a 48th suddenly feels ridiculous instead of satisfying because now you can see it. Set real limits. 30 clothing items. 15 books at a time. Or run a strict one-in, one-out policy. Counting kills the blind spot. Rule 6. Rent or borrow before you buy. New hobby, new gear, right? Camping, photography, woodworking, people drop serious money on equipment for a hobby they abandon within a month, and it becomes a museum of past enthusiasm sitting in the garage. Borrow first, rent first. It tests whether you're actually into this or just excited for a week. And if the hobby does stick, renting first teaches you exactly what gear you need. So when you finally do buy, you buy the right thing instead of the beginner's mistake. Rule 7. Understand the lifestyle multiplier. Nothing you buy exists alone. It drags a whole ecosystem behind it. Buy a boat, and now you need a trailer, a hitch-capable vehicle, safety gear, storage, insurance. Buy a home gym, and now you need mats, mirrors, ventilation, maybe a renovation. That $5,000 purchase quietly becomes a $12,000 lifestyle. And here's the good news, it works in reverse too. Sell the core item, and the entire web of costs attached to it disappears with it. Rule 8. Define enough before your income grows. If you never draw a finish line, your spending will expand right alongside your paycheck, forever. That's exactly why someone making $300,000 a year can feel just as trapped as someone making $80,000. Decide right now what a sufficient house, car, and wardrobe actually look like for you. Say you land on $60,000 a year as enough. Then your income jumps to $150,000. That $90,000 gap doesn't vanish into a bigger lifestyle. It goes straight into building real wealth. Rule 9. Measure wealth by optionality, not by stuff. Society measures wealth in cars and square footage. Real wealth is measured in choices. Can you walk away from a job that's wrecking your mental health? Can you take 6 months off for a family emergency without panicking? Could you start a business tomorrow if you wanted to? Picture someone earning $80,000 a year who spends $45,000. They have enormous freedom. Now picture someone earning $200,000 who spends $195,000. They have almost none. They're chained to a lifestyle that looks impressive and functions like a cage. A bigger house, a nicer car, a calendar that says success, and a bank account that says trapped. Every object you buy is a small trade against your own future freedom. The question isn't, can I afford this? The question is, what am I giving up on the other side of this purchase? And Rule 10, declutter in small cycles, not massive annual purges. The big yearly cleanout feels amazing in the moment. And then, without you noticing, everything creeps back within 2 years, and you're standing right back where you started. Instead, do small passes constantly. A glance at your mail this week. One room this month. Removing just 3 items a week is sustainable, and it catches the clutter before it ever piles back up. It also teaches you something valuable. Which emotional states actually trigger you to buy things in the first place? Here's the pattern underneath all of this. There are 2 cycles, and you're living in one of them right now. The destructive cycle looks like this. You spend everything you make, and that creates real financial insecurity. That insecurity pushes you to spend even more, chasing a little emotional relief, which only deepens the insecurity. It's a loop that eats itself. The virtuous cycle runs the opposite direction. You spend less, which builds real savings and real security, which quietly kills the emotional urge to buy things for status or comfort in the first place, because your bank account is already giving you that validation. You stop needing the sectional and the 75-inch TV to feel like you're winning. You already know you're winning. And once that switch flips, something strange happens. Shopping stops feeling like a treat and starts feeling like a distraction from the thing you actually want, which is freedom. So here's how you actually start. This week, run the replacement test. Find 10 things in your home you would not replace if they vanished tonight, and get rid of them. This month, install the 24-hour rule on every non-essential purchase, and just watch how many of those urges quietly disappear on their own. This quarter, physically count your stuff in 3 categories that give you trouble: clothes, kitchen gadgets, whatever it is for you, and set a hard cap on each one. And this year, write down in actual words what enough looks like for your house, your car, and your wardrobe, so lifestyle creep can never sneak up on you again. The $52,000 earner isn't calmer because they have less. They're calmer because they decided, on purpose, what enough actually looks like. And then they stopped chasing anything past it. That decision is available to you at any income level, starting today. If this changed the way you think about the stuff sitting in your house right now, hit subscribe, drop a like, and tell me in the comments, what's the one item you own that you know, deep down, you'd never buy again?